Good morning, everyone. Wow, I didn't actually expect anyone to answer that so bright and early. So thanks for bringing the energy. Thank you all for joining us here today at the Appel Center for the Performing Arts for our Fall 2023 Downtown Update. My name is Katie Mahoney. I'm the Chief Marketing and Business Development Officer with the York County Economic Alliance and Downtown Inc., an organization committed to driving, enhancing, and encouraging investment in downtown York. So this morning, you're going to hear several updates, and to kick us off and jump us right in, I'm going to invite our York Business Improvement District Authority past chair and vice chair, Jules Tolbert, to say a few words.
Well, thank you, Katie, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful venue. It's an honor for me to be on the board of Downtown Inc. and the York County Economic Alliance, who boast a team that wake up every single day dedicated to improving the quality of life for residents, business owners, and visitors to downtown York. With the help of York Economic Alliance, Downtown Inc. is focused on 4 key pillars to improve our community: promotions, placemaking, public safety, and economic development. This morning, you'll hear updates from the Downtown Inc. team as they report on their ongoing work on destination marketing, engagement with merchants and small businesses, and plans for public safety and cleanliness. Giving us a deeper dive into our city's public safety, York City Police Commissioner Michael Muldrow will give an update on how we compare to other local cities and the strength of our York community. Finally, you'll hear from Sully Pinos, Executive Director of the Bloom Business Empowerment Center, as she announces the recipients of recent grant funding round in York City. Thank you for your support by joining us today to hear more about the exciting developments that are happening downtown, building on the work and investment of the last few years. Thank you also to our sponsor, M&T Bank, and to all of you who support Downtown Inc. financially through donations and sponsorships. As a reminder, Downtown Inc. is funded by a commercial property assessment in the Business Improvement District, but also by sponsorships and donations from Friends of Downtown. If you would like to further support this mission, go to downtownyorkpa.com and hit the donate button. And now I'd like to introduce Todd Fogdahl, President and CEO of the Appel Center for the Performing Arts. Todd.
Good morning, and welcome again to the historic Capitol Theater. Here at the Appel Center for the Performing Arts, we get the opportunity to host all of you a couple times a year, and it's always a thrill for us to do so. And today, this gathering is another example of the key thing we do in the community is bringing community members together. We do that around the performing arts. We do that with education, community engagement, and we do it by opening our doors and working with community organizations such as Downtown Inc. and the Economic Alliance. We have, as part of our work, many wonderful shows and opportunities coming up for the community. We have a fantastic Gladfelter Insurance Broadway series. These are the live touring professional productions of these shows. The Share Show, Come From Away, which if you're not familiar with it, is based on true stories from September 11, 2001. Over 6,000 people who were forced to land in the town of Gander, Newfoundland, when planes were grounded, and it's about the stories that came out of those days when those people from those planes and the people from Gander, Newfoundland spent the next couple of days together and all the stories that came out of that. Beautiful, beautiful show. And then, of course, the Book of Mormon, which comes to us next spring. Tickets for this are going to go on sale at the end of the month. We start our pre-sales and our public sale. We have 2 performances. These performances will sell out. If you're interested in seeing the Book of Mormon, please don't wait. And if anything, I even encourage you to become a member, starting at $75. you get pre-sale opportunities, get access to seats right away, and make sure you've got seats for that. We have some wonderful shows coming up over the winter, some great holiday programs. We have a live Taylor Swift sing-along event for the Taylor fan in your life. We have the return of Postmodern Jukebox, R&B superstars Drew Hill, and many, many more. I mentioned education and community engagement. We run a ongoing menu of opportunities for little ones with our Tot Rock program, middle and high school students with our workshops, and then master classes such as the one we have coming up with Jose Johnson here on Sunday. And then finally, like we're doing tonight, our venues are open for your use and for your events, for events like this, for dinners, for film screenings, for whatever else that you might be able to imagine and dream up. These facilities are available, and we'd hope that you would consider us, and hope that you would reach out if you have any questions on that. Thank you again for being here. Enjoy the rest of the program.
All right, thank you, Todd, and thank you, Jules. We're grateful to the many partners who make our work possible, and today we're especially grateful to our reception sponsor, WellSpan Health, our live stream sponsor, Business Information Group, for those of you streaming at home, and for our presenting sponsor, M&T Bank. Please join me in welcoming Senior Vice President and Group Manager of Commercial Banking for M&T Bank, Lance Smith, to say a few remarks.
Good morning. And first thing, Todd, you do not want me singing along with any Taylor Swift or probably any other artist. I would not be good at that. It doesn't work out. I don't want to waste a lot of your time. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. And M&T Bank and our 200 local employees, 20,000 around the Northeast, is proud to sponsor this event. We've been M&T Bank for 165 years, but here locally we've been, I guess we're around 213 years old when we started as York Bank and Trust way back in the day. And one of our primary philosophies as the bank is we want to make a difference in people's lives, and we want to support the communities that we serve in. So one of my goals is to make sure all of our people here in York are out volunteering, doing what we can for the York community. It's a great community. I grew up here, since the early 60s, and my father had a men's clothing store across the street. So I've been walking downtown York since 1964, and to see it grow and change over the years, become good, maybe not so good, rebuild, has all been great. Nobody should be afraid to come into downtown York. So thank you, and have a great day.
All right, thank you again to Lance and to M&T Bank. So to jump right into the presentations this morning, we are going to welcome our first guest, which is York City Mayor Michael Helfrich. Mayor, the stage is yours.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you're all having a good morning. I'll start with a little bit of a self-deprecating thing here. The Downtown Inc. Wrote up some wonderful remarks for me, but I generally like to make them my own. So I got up bright and early this morning, redid all of my remarks, apparently didn't hit send. So I'm going to, if I can get some light here, I'm going to kind of work between the remarks that they wrote and the ones that are still in my head. But I first want to recognize the sponsors here, particularly M&T Bank with their donation to Tech Centro and moving forward with career training in the city for the residents of the city of York. I mean, that is huge. The way you change a city is the way to change a family one at a time. So today we're going to talk a lot about business and things like that, but business translates into improving families. Improving families translates into improving the city for all of us. So thank you, M&T, and I want to thank WellSpan also for, again, they are supporting us with $1 million donation. $1 million donation to the city of York. You can clap. Yeah, that's right. And that's what allows us to make some of the improvements you're going to hear about today from Commissioner Muldrow, purchasing virtually a new ladder truck. Over $1.4 million we're spending right now. Thank you to council for approving that. $1.4 million on new fire equipment right now, and much of that expense is coming from WellSpan. So thank you very much. And one more thanks as we approach Thanksgiving. It is appropriate. I thank you all for being here and continuing to support the city. I'm sorry, I'm having a real hard time with lighting up here. So thank you all again for coming to the Appel Center, continuing to be a pillar of our city here. And we're approaching 100 years here, aren't we? We're approaching 100 years of this venue supporting the people of the city of York. So continue to come and support here. Our continuing goal as a city is to constantly improve the business and the economic trajectory of the city. And I'm grateful to be here today to hear so much more about the new things that are happening and the businesses that continue every day to support us here in the city. So I look forward very much to our dynamic presenters that are coming up here. One of the things we're doing, working with Downtown Inc., is improving the walkability of the city. The rail trail is about to be completed, 26 miles, leading the whole way down to Hunt Valley. We're improving the safety that you'll hear more about. We've expanded our grant programs, and I have to acknowledge, I was just running some numbers. Through York County, YCEA has distributed, and the Bloom program, $6.6 million into York City businesses, many of those minority or women-owned or disabled-owned businesses, a majority of that. So thank you, YCEA. Thank you, York County. You are truly building and investing, as everyone says, as the city goes, the county goes, and you are truly investing in the heart of the county. So thank you, county commissioners. I have to acknowledge the people also, or at least a couple examples of the people that are investing in themselves, because this is truly what it is. It is one thing to have a dream. It is a way different thing to have a business. And again, I want to thank Bloom, because Bloom is giving people the resources to go from dream to business. Because you know, what is it, 7 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years. And that is because dreams and passion are, I won't say easy, but they come more easily than dealing with the IRS or HR or anything like that. So thank you, Bloom, for really getting with people. And the last classes, I believe, were in Spanish. Our building population, New York City, if you do not recognize, and you can't quite tell from the census numbers, but you can tell from the enrollment in the school district, that we are nearly a majority Latino city. And we need to not only appreciate that, but invest heavily. The Latino people coming from Puerto Rico after the hurricanes and the earthquakes, those folks are coming to the city, creating a new home and investing in themselves here. And we got to make sure that we continue to invest in the folks that are coming to our community and growing in our community. I want to recognize a couple wonderful new businesses. Mesa Morera, the new restaurant. If you have not been there, you've got to get there at Beaver and Market Street. And also, I have to admit, I love vintage stores, but I have not been yet in the Feral Heart Club. So maybe I'll go there right after this and make sure I go there. All of these new businesses bring new life. They bring visitors. And with those visitors come new dollars. And those dollars then get invested in get invested in our businesses and then into our families, and then reinvested to improve the city of York. So it's not just about business. Local small businesses reduce crime. Local small businesses improve the ability for a student to grow in the school district. You know, we talk about issues with the school district. The issues are not with the school district. They're within our neighborhoods. They're within the families. And the way to improve everything is to improve the lives for those little kids. And when you invest in locally owned small businesses here in the city, that's exactly what you're doing. You're investing in somebody who is trying to invest in themselves, but you're also investing in their kids, in their families, in the future generations of Yorkers. So I want to thank all the entrepreneurs for taking a risk on yourselves and our city, and we need to stand up and support them. Thank you. And the city is definitely trying to do that. Commissioner Muldrow will tell you a lot more, but I'm going to start off with, we have seen this year, knock on wood, I'm always knocking on wood, we have seen the biggest reductions in crime in modern history in the city of York this year. And one of the things that we did was by the commissioners begging, cajoling, hammering, everything that he did to get me and the council to invest in 12 new officers here in the city of York. I think that puts us at the highest number in many, many years, at least 20 to 30 years. So with that, we've also invested in our business, as I said, the county and YCA, $6.6 million. We're adding additional, we have grants open right now for minority, women, and disabled-owned businesses. We have grants open for small businesses, and we have grants open for nonprofits that have seen a loss due to COVID. So please check out yorkcity.org and apply. Those grants will stay open until the money is gone. So please take a look at that and see if you are eligible. And I do see a couple recipients here in the audience, so I'm glad to see you here tonight or today. Our city administration is dedicated to creating an inclusive, welcoming community for all our residents, all of our businesses, large and small, and all who visit York for the first time or for the 100th time. I want to thank the Downtown Inc. team, York County Economic Alliance, for bringing us together to share a closer perspective on what efforts are being made by our community builders and supporters, and what's on the horizon for us to all work together to ensure a continued and improved quality of place that we can all be proud of. And finally, again, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you for sharing and investing your time to learn about what we are doing, what we will be doing in the future, and where downtown York is headed. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor Helfrich. So this morning, you're going to hear a couple updates from our Downtown Inc. team, including my colleagues Hannah Beard and Brownlee Martin. They're going to be up here in just a few minutes. But I'm going to lead you through a couple of cool updates that we have in the downtown recently. So just a reminder that this is the mission of Downtown York. This is what we do and live and breathe every single day. You've heard some of this. We're going to hear a lot more about public safety. We're going to hear more about placemaking today, quality of life, economic development, and certainly promotions. So a couple cool updates that I just want to share is back in October, so just last month, we welcomed the Federal Reserve into downtown York. And this was Chair Jerome Powell and also Patrick Harker from the Philly Fed Reserve that came in and really toured downtown York and talked with small business owners. So we went through the Yorktown Hotel, we talked with individuals of the John Lambert Hospitality Training Program, we had a stakeholder roundtable. I know several of you in this room took part in all of this, and it was really to talk about inclusive economic growth across the region. We took that tour into Central Market House. We talked with our sons and daughters, with Paco's, with Sweet Mama's Mambo Sauce and Jen Heasley, really about what it means for small business owners and how the Federal Reserve can support their line of work. And just a really cool little tidbit, too, about Sweet Mama's Mambo Sauce. She went on to talk with Fox Business and has been basically sold out of her sauce ever since. She can't bottle fast enough for it. So we love to see that kind of spotlight in downtown York. That's why we do what we do. And then we ended that morning at Gather 256 in the WeCo district, talking with small business owners and women-owned businesses about their needs and how the Federal Reserve can support them and how we can support them too. Along that way, we also hit up Codorus and the York County History Center. So covered a lot of ground and had a really nice spotlight in downtown York. Perfect, there we go. Okay, another cool update that we did recently was the Creative Communities Program through the York County Trail Towns Program, which has 7 trail town communities across York County, including the city of York. So this designation from the PA Council of Arts means that we can invest $25K into these small towns, including the city of York, for public art installations and creative events in these communities. So this could be anything from lighting up storefronts, from creative window painting, which we've seen a lot of that from the small business owners in downtown York, holiday-themed ideas, murals, and other public art displays. So we just announced that a few weeks ago, and so more to come on that in downtown York, along with our host of partners like the Rail Trail Authority, Cultural Alliance, York County Parks, and our friends at Explore York. Another update that we launched is whyyorkpa.com. This is really a website for talent attraction and recruitment into downtown York. So we launched this with several partners like the Harley-Davidsons, the WellSpan Healths, our major employers to say, let's have one stop for all of the amazing things for both York City and the County of York so we can recruit the best talent and retain the best talent right here in our community. We know that that's going to be vital for the labor market and also for small business growth. And then one note, our last event of the year, we do about 100 events per year. I'm sure many of you have been at multiple of them with us. So we have our Changemaker event coming up on December 6th, where we celebrate people who are doing amazing, cool things throughout our community, certainly in downtown York, but also York County. So these individuals will all be featured at that event. That's free and open to the public. It'll be at IRE. More information on the website, but hope to see several of you there for that. And then the last update that I'm going to really give is really about destination marketing in our city. So through our friends at Explore York, we've received several rounds of grant funding that have let us really drive visitor attraction into our community. So we're bringing in individuals from Northern Maryland, from Central PA region, investing nearly $300,000 right into driving visitor attraction into downtown York. We do this through a host of digital campaigns. We've done some print. We've done some influencers. I know several of the businesses in this room have had an influencer pop in and do some cool coverage for them. So just a reminder that one of the big things that we do is try to drive people into downtown York so that they are investing their dollars here. Fortunately, with the Yorktown Hotel coming online, that gave us some additional overnight accommodations, and the timing for this year really has been great. So the only thing you really need to pay attention to on this slide is that these are our metrics that we set, and we're blowing them out of the water. That ad you see on the right is a little example of some of the promotions that we do to drive attention, whether that is YouTube ads, Google ads, digital social media, Facebook, Instagram. Think of all of the places that you consume information. We want to be in all of those places. When we talk about Google ads, it's basically just a bunch of different ways for us to communicate with you. So maybe you search for family-friendly activities, maybe you search for downtown York. One way or another, we want to be popping up in those feeds for you. So we are able to exceed all of our benchmarks set with that. And then just wanted to give you a little snapshot of some of the creative that's out there and some of our taglines, really promoting a thriving downtown, quaint shops, dining, drinking, all the cool activities. We do some ads that are family friendly, some that are recreation focused. We change it with the seasons. And again, just to give you kind of an idea of some of the marketing that's out there, and if you were sitting here thinking, I haven't seen any of these ads, it's because you are already in our market. I don't need you to come to downtown New York. We've got you here. Thank you for being here. I need other people to see these ads and think, wow, that looks really cool. I need to go check that place out. And then we have done some print ads in both the Philly and Baltimore magazines as well, and then these get kind of repurposed into some other publications on digital elements as well. So just to kind of give you a little snapshot on some of that. And then we also do Spotify ads as well. So if anybody is not paying the $10 of premium, hopefully you've heard the Downtown New York Spotify ad, and it has made you want to come into our historically edgy downtown. And then the last thing that I will mention is in June of 2024, the Pennsylvania Downtown Conference will be held here in downtown York. So the hub of all of that activity will be at the Yorktown Hotel, but we will be using York College facilities, the Appel Center here, to really be capturing and shining a spotlight on downtown York. So the Pennsylvania Downtown Center Conference is a statewide conference that changes locations every year, and we put in a bid to have them in York. So why I'm really sharing that with you is, one, it'll be cool. They're coming in June. That'll be awesome. But two, there's nominations for proposals are open right now. So if you have anything that you think you want to share on a statewide level, maybe it's a program that you've done, a lesson you've learned the hard way, a good conversation about collaboration and inclusiveness, we want those proposals in because we want to tell your stories at that conference. So happy to connect with anybody for some additional information on that. And before I turn it over to my next colleague, we're going to kind of take questions along the way. So any questions about anything that I covered today? All right, awesome. So I'm going to pass it now to my colleague, Hannah Beard. Hannah is our Marketing and Merchant Engagement Manager with Downtown Inc. Hannah.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces. Makes me a lot less nervous because I feel like I'm here among friends. All right, so to begin, there's my title. We all know. Okay. So again, my name is Hannah Beard. I'm Marketing and Merchant Engagement with Downtown Inc. and the York County Economic Alliance. And in my roles of marketing and merchant engagement, I drive creative ways to showcase downtown York's businesses and the owners, and enhance the overall merchant experience in downtown York. So I work to increase promotions, increase business support, and business retention in our business improvement district. These efforts are also elevated by the York County Economic Alliance programs like the York County Trail Towns program, and of course the Bloom Business Empowerment Center. Nope. Okay. So to begin, let's discuss some merchant engagement efforts that our team is working on every day. So we prioritize merchant communications like the almost daily posts on our merchant Facebook group. If you're a business owner, go ahead and search on Facebook at Downtown Inc. Merchant Info and Resources and ask to join, and we will add you to that Facebook group. We also communicate via a monthly e-newsletter out to our merchant group as well. Information shared on these platforms includes, but is not limited to, ways to engage with events that we host, potentially like the city grant that the mayor had mentioned, updates from the city, also like street closures, and information from internal grants like the Bloom Business Empowerment Center, or external grants as well. So we understand the value of meeting with a business owner before their business even opens, as it can have a direct result in their overall experience and retention. It's always a pleasure to meet with a budding business owner, but also an experienced business owner, to assess their needs, connect, identify areas for growth, and to create a relationship of trust and support. Each of the 3 micro-districts in downtown York has their own monthly merchant meetings, and our team often is in attendance at those meetings. These are great ways to connect with those business owners, share ideas, and further increase communications overall. And as mentioned previously, I work to marry the marketing of downtown York businesses and Downtown Inc.'s engagement efforts. Therefore, we love spreading the good word that the business owners in our community are doing about positive things happening among the business community, like announcements of a new or expanded business, maybe it's a milestone anniversary, a fresh event, and more. So in the last 3 years, we have seen a constant net gain of new businesses and expanded businesses in downtown York. To date in 2023, downtown York has become home to 38 new businesses and seen the expansion of 2 existing businesses. So I would love to share some 2023 highlights with you from my corner of Downtown Inc. We have achieved over 100 active business profiles on the Districts app, and some background on the Districts app. It is a free app that provides local Main Street businesses with the opportunity to advertise their promotions and lays their business out in categories that make them easily searchable to visitors, and it's also a map, which is very exciting. Collectively, our team has met with 70 new and established businesses in downtown York to assess their needs, plan for their growth, leverage resources from the Bloom Business Empowerment Center and the York County Trail Towns program. Downtown Inc. has promoted 175 unique businesses on our socials, in the Downtown New York Magazine, and in our monthly e-newsletters. We've featured over 300 Downtown New York events outside of the events that Downtown Inc. hosts, and on our social media platforms and in our e-newsletters. 300 events, I would just like to point that out. That's a lot of events. There's a lot of stuff happening all the time, I'm sure, as you all know. And last but not least, Downtown Inc.'s social media audience, our reach, and our overall impressions have all increased this year. You'll see here that our Facebook has reached this number that I have practiced 100 times, but I'm not going to attempt to say it. We've reached a lot of people on Facebook. Our Instagram has reached 41,000 people. We have 249 followers on TikTok, and on Twitter we have 5,637 impressions. So looking ahead to 2024, we'll focus on rolling out the following initiatives. We'll implement the business exit survey and interview process to identify trends and develop strategies to increase business retention efforts in the Business Improvement District. We'll leverage partnerships with our friends at Explore York, the Appel Center, the York Fairgrounds, and other pillar institutions to draw visitors to downtown York from larger tourism initiatives. And a very exciting piece of news, we'll be utilizing a new platform called Pacer AI. This will track foot traffic in downtown York. This will allow us to determine the impact of events like Go Green in the City, First Fridays, and the results of our destination marketing efforts that Katie had touched on previously. More to come on that, and we'll be seeking partnerships in 2024 as well. So, who has a question for me? Don't leave me hanging. Or leave me hanging, fine, I will leave the stage. Yes, Susan. Is it the Districts app? The app? So the Districts app, if you're a business owner, you go to the Districts app, and if you are a business owner in downtown New York, your business should appear there because it pulls information directly from Google. And then you go in and you make a username and a password, and then you claim your business, and then you have control over that listing. If you're not on it, if you need help with it, I can certainly help you out. Any other questions? Yes, Susan. On Facebook. Yeah, for us to like promote what's happening in your, so we have many avenues to do that through social media, and also, of course, our newsletters. But if you want us to promote something on socials, we're happy to be a co-host on your Facebook event. We can just add your event to our listing of events on social media. If there's a post, something to share, we're certainly happy to do that as well. But just reach out and let us know. Ping me. Anything else? Okay. All right, so next up I'm going to welcome Bronley Martin, our Urban Revitalization Manager for Downtown Inc.
Thank you, Hannah, and good morning, everyone. My name is Bronley Martin, and I'm the Urban Revitalization Manager for Downtown Inc. While I'm could be a familiar face to a lot of people in the room, I'll take this opportunity to sort of introduce myself to those who might not know me. I was born and raised in York County, graduate of West York High School, go Bulldogs. I have undergrad degree from University of Pittsburgh, hail to Pitt, and recently received my master's from York College of Pennsylvania, go Spartans. So I think I hit all my plugs there. I've been a resident of York City for a little over 6 years. I've always been a fan of downtown life and an advocate for downtown York to anyone who would listen, and now I make it my career. As Urban Revitalization Manager, it's a mouthful, my role encompasses clean and green activities, so beautification, redevelopment, public art, murals, wayfinding, bikes, pedestrian improvements, public safety, as well as working across the YCA organization to advance strategic economic development initiatives. All right. So, just to hit a couple highlights from 2023, we've been able to move a couple projects across the finish line that have been in the works for quite some time. One of them is wayfinding. You may have seen these beautiful garage wayfinding map signs. It's designed to help visitors easily navigate between major attractions in downtown York. The Wayfinding Initiative is a multi-phase project including vehicular signage, pedestrian signage, map displays, and parking garage signs like you see here. The maps, there's additional maps currently in production, and we want to give a big thank you to Explore York, York City Public Works, and the York City Parking Bureau for helping this project come to fruition. The next major project, you may have noticed them out of the street, is our new cleanup crew from ABM Janitorial. ABM is a national leader practicing inclusive and second chance hiring, offering competitive wages. ABM has a proven track record in downtown improvement districts, and they came highly qualified from our neighbors up in Harrisburg. Their scope of services includes litter removal, cigarette butts, weeds, leaves and debris, periodic gum removal and graffiti removal, and of course removal of unwanted stickers and posters. And the ABM crew covers all 26 blocks of the bid, and we have to thank our sponsors for that, the York County Solid Waste Authority and the Powder Mill Foundation for making this project possible. Whoops. One more thing I have to point out, in the spirit of beautification, I'm happy to report that Downtown Inc. was able to secure funding for planter expansions into the WECO district in 2024. For many years, we've worked with the Garden Club of York as well as York City Public Works to beautify downtown with seasonal plantings and planter maintenance. Through a grant from the York County Community Foundation, we're able to secure funds for 4 additional planters in the WECO district, as well as some beautiful hanging baskets. And we're looking forward to seeing those improvements installed in the springs. I have to give a special shout out to Kim Cassie of the Garden Club, Tom Landis from York City Public Works for helping make that happen. So looking forward to 2024, I'll give you some previews of some initiatives I'm working on. As of a little over a month ago, the YCA is now providing administrative services to the York City Parks Conservancy. So as executive administrator for the YCPC, I hope to be able to bring some synergies with Downtown Inc. that will help both organizations accomplish their missions. Trees are a major feature in any vibrant downtown, and I'm working with several partners to find more efficient and strategic ways to make sure York City's urban forest is the best it can be. There's a lot of moving parts there, so keep tuned for updates on that. Placemaking improvements are always happening. Many of these projects might seem small and insignificant in the big picture, but it's important to remember that a painted electrical box, a creative cigarette butt receptacle, or an extra flower planter all enhance quality of life for those residing in or visiting downtown York. And I look forward to bringing more of that in 2024. Finally, besides beautification, public safety is a major pillar of Downtown Inc.'s work. Cities across the country are dealing with an increase in housing insecurity and unhoused populations and looking for solutions that make sense for their communities. Downtown Inc. has been working with multiple community organizations, including the York County Coalition on Homelessness, Friends and Neighbors of Pennsylvania, and the York City Police Department to come up with strategies to make downtown York feel safe for all who live and visit. I know I just covered a lot, so if there are any questions, I'll take some now, and of course we'll always be here afterwards. If not, I'll turn the podium over to someone who lives, eats, and breathes public safety and community service, our fabulous Police Commissioner, Michael Muldrow.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Muldrow, the Commissioner of your York City Police Department. I'm so happy to have a few minutes in front of you today. Happy not only to talk to you about the things we're doing as a department, but even more, I'm excited to talk about what I'm seeing happening around this community. See, we've done a lot of good things in the course of these first 3 years. Good things that could only have been accomplished working with incredible people like you. Slowly but surely, we're changing hearts, changing minds, changing what law enforcement looks like, and helping change this place we've all come to work, play, live, and call home. We have a police department who's gone from 4% representative of underrepresented populations and minorities to nearly 30%, when the national average is only 10. A police department with a 90% approval rating, 4.5 out of 5 stars from our customer interaction surveys. A detective bureau with an 80% clearance rating, as the national average is only around 55. And thanks to TIFLO and our GVI outreach team, the courageous and exceptional effort of our violence intervention street unit, and the direct impact we've seen from the additional patrol officers on the street over the course of this year, we've seen a 60% reduction in shootings and a 75% reduction in homicides. Coincidentally, as the mayor said, the best numbers this department has seen since the beginning years ago of the GVI program. I see a department that's catching the attention of Harrisburg City government and the governor's office and leaders in cities all around the U.S. like Pine Bluff, Lancaster, Baltimore, Reading, and North Carolina, all while still being most proud of the positive outreach we now do to engage this community. Outreach that allows us to foster goodwill and positive equity with our stakeholders. And we do this with programs and initiatives like our new video game trailer, adding our 3rd therapy dog, working with funders like Powder Mill, Wareheim, YCEA, the York Foundation, PCCD, and WellSpan to provide these and other opportunities and resources. Resources like free security cameras for seniors, teaching CPR, offering workforce scholarships to the gang members and crime victims to stop the spiral of trauma and get at-risk youth off the streets and out of life of crime. These and all the ambitious community events we're now being known for things like the community Christmas caroling, the Santa drive-by, youth support and outreach opportunities at York High, our weekly neighborhood walks, and the phenomenon known as York City Fall Fest. And as I look forward to the upcoming year, this department's 275th anniversary, and all the wonderful things that lie ahead, I ask you to take a walk with me and see what I see around my community. See, I see new interventions coming to help deal with the residual issues caused by our homelessness problems. I see shorter wait times and officers being even more efficient as we push to roll out things like our better scheduling and overlap shift, a shift that will put nearly 17 officers on the street at one time, every day through our busiest hours, and tapping into a virtual resource with the introduction of telepolicing, a potential revolution to our industry, and a first that will happen right here in York. I see a different and more restorative way coming to support families, deal with delinquent juveniles, and the behaviors that youth bring, with the introduction of our state-funded Principal in the Community Restorative Justice Project, and a safe space, a free space for positive adults and providers that do things and offer things to engage youth, with our York City Police Reprogram Rec Center. I see people's trauma being addressed in the moment, more thoughtfully, more empathetically, and more effectively than ever before. When I look around, I see partnerships, possibilities, and potential. I see people coming together and getting behind what we do with support like we've never seen before. I see people overcoming, a community reaching new heights. I see bridges being built and goals being accomplished. I'm seeing old faces in leadership trying new things, embracing the unconventional, and new leaders, the next generation, stepping up, stepping out, and learning from the examples they set. I see new life in old spaces. I'm seeing art everywhere with beautiful images being made by beautiful people, of beautiful people, for beautiful people. I see a hospital that's making a habit out of saving people from all manner of atrocities, pushing, growing, expanding, while still taking the time to invest in York's neighborhoods and the people who live there. I see a community that's destined to be known for more than just gun violence, and a police department determined to be seen as more than just the agency that locks people up. I see people that understand the importance of reputation and are committed to really helping build our York brand. I see a great place to grab a cup of coffee with a brother from another mother. Have a great meal with someone special, snuggle up and read a book with a little one, or get out and go for a run with friends. I see people making time for other people, and the people who have, creating opportunities for the people that don't. I'm seeing our own spreading their wings and taking on even bigger challenges. And I see the educational system that's determined to help kids win. Ladies and gentlemen, I see change happening. Old spaces coming back to life, and dreams coming true. I'm feeling what community is supposed to feel like, what legacy is supposed to look like. I'm seeing what happens when good plans and great people come together to do something special. I'm seeing a place where people want to visit and a place where others are proud to live. I'm seeing the York I knew, the York I grew up in, and the York we all want to see. A York that's good for all people, not just some people. A York people want to invest in. A York worth fighting for, worth believing in. And a York that invokes a sense of pride. I see it taking shape. Now when I walk around, for the first time in a long time, I see hope. So ladies and gentlemen, I know we're not quite there yet. I know there's still work to be done. But because of everything all of us in this room do for this community, I'm absolutely certain we're going to get there. And who wouldn't want to walk around a town like that? Thank you.
That makes me tear up a little bit, even my cold, dead heart. So thank you, Commissioner Muldrow, for being who you are, for being in our community, for keeping us safe, for being an inspiration, and just for being the man that you are to lead here. So thank you so much. I'm glad that I don't have to follow that. My colleague Suli Pinos does, though, so keep that love going for her. Up next, we're going to announce the recipients of the City of York Downtown Bloom Grant Round through the Bloom Business Empowerment Center, which is, Suli will tell you a little bit about it. It's really to provide capital access opportunities and resources to our small business community. So to dive in and do the honors, please give Suli a big inspired round of applause to follow that, our Executive Director.
Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow Commissioner. My goodness, thank you so much. And I'm also really proud that I didn't just trip on those steps, so already 2 for 2. But as Katie mentioned, good morning. My name is Suli Pinos. I'm the Executive Director of the Bloom Business Empowerment Center with the York County Economic Alliance and Downtown Inc. And so honored to be here to share a little bit about the Bloom Business Empowerment Center, and most importantly, to celebrate the wonderful entrepreneurs in the community that will be receiving their Bloom grants today. Before I do, just a few quick just slides and information on our Bloom Business Empowerment Center. For those that are not familiar with Bloom, hopefully after today you will, and we'll go on our website to gather more information. But our Bloom Business Empowerment Center officially launched in February of last year. Bloom was also one of the outcomes and recommendations of our county's 10-year economic action plan. So looking at ongoing ways to support entrepreneurs, provide access to capital, provide education, and also provide all of those resources directly to entrepreneurs based on their needs, not on the needs that we think that business owners may need. Through that, we've seen we've created a suite of services providing education. Many of you, thank you for going through those classes. Some of you have served as instructors or mentors. And again, what we are gathered here to talk about is some of our capital side of funding. Our Bloom programs run year-round. We actually have one more session coming up in December. Next year, looking forward to a great series. Many of you will be also able to sign up for that through our Bloom Business series, which are Wednesday mornings. But on the capital side, okay, thank you. On the capital side, we also want to make sure that you're aware, in addition to grants, we are also a small business lender that are offering grants to, or loans, I should say, to small businesses, startups or existing, starting at 4.5% to provide immediate business needs, ranging from $2,000 and up for many entrepreneurs. So really great resources. And this is not just for businesses here in downtown or in the city, but this is for any business owner in the county. And really trying to leverage the support to meet their business needs post-COVID. And with our grant program, we have been able to date to award close to $40,000 to businesses across the county. And again, today we're here and gathered with many of our grant recipients for this most recent round. So without any further ado, to celebrate all of our grant recipients, I'll ask our grant recipients to please stand to be recognized. And I know you'll have a chance to hear from one of the grant recipients soon. So these grant recipients submitted their applications. These are all needs. This grant program was to support businesses in the city of York, the entire city, to connect them with immediate resources for project needs, marketing, expansion, supplies for their stores, you name it. And providing a Bloom micro grant. So at this point, I'll ask all of our Bloom grant recipients that are here with us to please stand so we can give you an amazing round of applause. Thank you. Wonderful. You all may be seated. And again, connecting them with one another, connecting them with resources of YCEA. With this most recent grant round, it brings our total grant awards deployed to just shy of $60,000 for this year. We'll have one more grant round coming up that will be awarded at our Women's Business Center program in December. So more information on that to come, but we're so honored to be able to continue to deploy funding into our community. Without any further ado, we celebrated our grant recipients. I'm gonna ask Piera, who, there you are, to come up and share a little bit about how the Bloom Grant is supporting her business.
Good morning. Thank God I did not trip. It's a pleasure to be speaking, given this opportunity to speak this morning. I will make this super quick. My name is Piera. I own All Natural Lux Spa in the Waco area. By receiving this funding will help my small business by upgrading security system for my clients and the community to feel safe around the area that I'm in. It will also upgrade equipment and new furniture in my spa. The Bloom Grant program is a great program to help assist small businesses in our community. The Bloom Grant also helps with placing you in environments such as this one placing you in environments such as this one, with like-minded individuals to help build business relationships. and also to help build the community relationships. Thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Piera, and thank you to all of our grant recipients. What Piera also didn't get a chance to mention is she is one of our most recent Bloom grads. She took our classes at the start of this year. So again, just continuing the suite of services from the education to the capital to the opportunities and connections at events such as this. So thank you, Piera, for participating. Thank you to all of our grant recipients. I know later we'll have a chance to take a picture, and I know some of you, even as you were walking in, were surprised that you were receiving your grant, and some didn't believe it, but again, the Bloom grants are here to provide those immediate business needs. So we hope that many of you will share this message across the community, as next year we also look forward to continuing our Bloom grants across the county. And with that, I will turn it back to Katie, but if anyone has any questions, please go on our website, bloomyork.org. You can find out information on everything that we shared and connect with myself and Marlena, our Bloom program manager. And again, just ending with a quick spotlight on Jen, who, as Katie mentioned, has been selling out of her sauce at Central Market all over the world. So thank you all.
All right, I don't know how we did it, but we kept it to an hour this morning, so we're ending right on time. A big thank you to Sully. Congratulations to all of our Bloom grant recipients this round. Thank you to everybody who presented this morning and shared good news about our downtown, and thank you all for being here and calling York home. Have a great rest of the day.